Check it, guys. We got some pork shoulder for this dish. That's what we're gonna do. Add some ginger chopped up, some garlic mincedly fine, and also some chicken broth, low sodium by the way, oyster sauce. We got some sambal and gochujang. Koreans, man, love that. Also some garlic powder and garlic sea salt. We're gonna a little bit of that, not too much, and crushed red pepper. And look at this is so good. It's tteokbokki. Did I say that right? Oh, by the way, let's do some salt, and we'll add some pepper, obviously, because that's the base of everything. Finally, we are going to add some OJ. Instead of getting oranges, I had some orange juice left, so I'm gonna do with what I got. You know, you gotta save money. First, we're gonna add the pepper in, and we're gonna pepper it pretty good, and then also some salt. Always gonna be our base. Always. And then we're gonna add the OJ in so we could get the orange flavor onto the pork and let that marinate while we're adding more things. Now next is the sambal that we're gonna put on top. We're gonna get that mixed in as well. All right, let's light up that stove to a medium, and we're gonna add some oil, and we're not gonna add too much because what we're doing here is we're going to braise the meat so we can brown it and get a good crust and crispiness all around our pork shoulder. Oh, and I forgot, we're going to add some honey so we can thicken up this dish, because without it, without the honey, without the oyster sauce, it's not going to be sticky at all. And I also have some star anise to add some of that flavor, that Asian flavor that we usually pick up, especially when we have pho. Now that I have browned the meat, and you can see I'm finally gonna add the star anise and the garlic that I chopped up, and finally the ginger. So I braise this for about 10 minutes before adding all these ingredients all together. After adding all the dried ingredients, we're gonna go ahead and drizzle some of that honey right on top. I'm gonna put about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons, depending on how sweet you want this dish to be. Next, we're gonna add some oyster sauce. I have about a tablespoon right there that I'm pouring in, and I think I'm just gonna add a little bit more because that wasn't enough. Let me just mix that around really quickly and get all the flavor going on each shoulder. We don't want them to be lonely, guys. We want everybody to have the same seasoning. All right, so now let me just go ahead and pour more of that. So now it just turns into like 4 tablespoons, maybe 3. Go ahead and add that chicken broth. And I'm gonna only put half the can first and then put the other half later. There we go. Now we're gonna give it about 15 to 20 minutes to chill in the pot on a medium heat, and we're gonna let the sauce thicken up. Next, I'm going to add fresh green onion into the pot so we could get more flavors going in, and we're gonna let that sit for another 15 minutes. After about 40 minutes, you can see that the sauce has thickened up, and the whole point of this is to get the pork shoulder really, really tender, and look how good it looks right now, guys. It's not right there yet, but you could tell that the glaze is getting to thicken up. After about 45 minutes to an hour has been done, we're gonna put the broth onto a saucepan here, and what we're going to do is basically thicken up the sauce so we could get that nice glazed texture onto our pork. And what we're also doing is we're adding an extra crispiness for our pork, because right now we cooked it at a very tender point, and we just want to get texture of both crispy and tenderness. So put that on high heat so the glaze can thicken up. Make sure to watch your heat and add all the pork and let it sit. After the glaze is thickened up nicely, we are gonna finally add the gochujang to finish it off with an extra flavor. And this is gonna give it more of a kick and a nice fermented taste. The gochujang is also gonna add some color to our pork, and it's gonna be rich in flavor, the best. And ooh, look, you can just see how sticky and thick it looks. This is going to be lit. Just look at this beauty. Look how nice the sauce is thickened up, and look how glazed our pork shoulder look. Finally, let's add the fresh green onion on top to add a bit of that freshness. And we are about done, guys. And one more glance at how beautiful this looks. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Let's do it. We gonna do a small mukbang in the next clip. Alright guys, you see this? We're gonna try it out. Let's see if it's pretty good. I'm just gonna get a small piece here. Let's check it out. Ooh, look how tender that is. There we go. That looks really good. Here we go. Taste test, guys. Asian barbecue pork. Wow. That's really good, actually. It's not too sweet. The green onion gives some freshness to it. Tender, by the way. I cooked this for about an hour and 30 minutes. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Hold on, we need a little bit of rice. Alright, now let's eat it with rice. There you guys go, right here. Oh my gosh. That oyster sauce really gives it flavor. And then there's a little kick from the gochujang that I added at the end. I like how the consistency of this sauce is pretty sticky, so let's take one more bite of this. Wow. Really good. Right, let's take another bite, guys. You gotta eat this with rice, by the way, because it's salty, sweet, fatty. You need rice to soak it up and balance it out. Let's do this. The little details of just adding the green onion on top, the fresh green onion, gives a freshness. A freshness to the dish. And you have a lot of saltiness going on with the oyster sauce and the gochujang and the pork itself. So it really gives it a nice light balance as well. And man, like, you need to cook this for a good while because it's just so tender. And braising it, by the way, makes it perfect. Braising it in the beginning and then braising it with the sauce in the end really makes it crispy and tender. So crispy outside and tender inside. Let's try that again. Amazing. I'm not gonna eat too much because I don't want to eat a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please do subscribe and try this dish out because it's really good. See you guys in the next video.